So today I just received the Donner AlphaFX multi-effect unit off of Amazon. It looks like it has three different things that it does. It has mod effects, delay, and reverb. For your mod, there's chorus, flanger, and phaser, pretty straightforward mod stuff. For your delay, there's analog, digital, and reverse, which is intriguing. And then there is plate, hall, and room. So I kind of moved some knobs around, but I'm just curious what we're going to get when we click these things on. So I'm going to start with plate, reverb, looks like level just a little under noon, and decay just about the same, a little under noon, which I believe to be about half volume. Yeah, so we're going to go with just under half on the level and the decay and see what that gets us. So that gives us actually a pretty straightforward plate reverb. And I'm wondering how much range it has, so I'm going to crank this level. So that is 100% affected. 100% affected. And I can tell that because there's a little bit of a delay on it. There's no attack whatsoever either. That's a little more natural feeling. How about cranking the decay? Ooh, that's long. Dial that back down to about where I had it before. I was pretty happy with that. I'm going to flip it to the hall setting. Much deeper, definitely more like a hall. Okay, I like that. And then room. This one I would probably go a little higher on the level, and a little less on the, or a little more on the, a lot more on the decay. A little bigger room. It almost feels like you get a little bit of a slapback kind of a thing off of this, where you're bordering on a delay. Actually, that's pretty nice. I'm going to kill that and flip on our delay. This is the analog delay. Level is about half, feedback's about half, delay is a little over a quarter. It's not bad. I actually kind of like that too. Okay, I'm going to take that level all the way up. Okay, level all the way up does make it seem like the first repeat's about the same volume, so I like that. Turn up the feedback a little. Quite a few more delays just from going up a little bit. And let's see how long of a delay we can get. We'll turn the feedback down, the level about half again, just a little under. quite a long delay, actually. Alright, I'm going to go straight up the middle and switch it to digital. So the difference between analog and digital oftentimes is that digital gives a much cleaner repeat. I'm not really noticing a whole lot of difference between the analog and the digital on this one. Usually with an analog you get a little bit of a degraded signal by the time you get to the end of that. And I'm not really hearing that, but that doesn't necessarily, it's not necessarily a bad thing. The digital does sound a little cleaner, I guess, but it's really hard to tell. And the most intriguing one to me here on the delay block is the reverse. That's pretty neat. I actually think that's a pretty solid reverse delay. Seems like even the intensity is reversed too, so that's interesting. So just to keep things clean, we'll go back to this mod. I'm going to put the depth and the rate right about half on the chorus. I actually think that sounds really nice as well. Flanger. So that's almost auto-wah-esque. It's actually something I probably wouldn't use a lot on that setting, but I'll play with that a little bit more. And then just a phaser. So alright, so I'm going to try bringing that depth up a little bit, the rate down a little bit. See what that gets me. Okay, that's much better. I like that for the phaser at least. Bring that rate down a bit and the depth up a bit. When I pair that with a plate reverb, what I get. I'm going to turn down the decay and the level a little bit. Leave that phaser on. Okay, I think that's fine, but I don't know that I have enough decay on there for it to really come through. So I'm going to actually flip it to Hall, bring my level up about halfway, decay at about a quarter. I like it. More curious on the chorus now. So, interesting thing I just noticed. On the pedals it says hold for tail, hold for tap, and hold for tap. So tail, tap, tap. So that means if I hold this, okay. I'll turn on the delay. So it is interesting. I can go different tap tempos for each effect. So that's actually a really nice feature because maybe I don't want them to perfectly line up. It's actually pretty cool. I like that. I'm going to flip to analog. Ooh, does it save that? No. Okay. So when you change settings, it does go back to default. Does not keep your tap tempos. Curious what this hold for tail means. I'm going to turn the others off so that I can hopefully, oops, I have to press and hold. Okay. Reverb's on. Not sure what that does. That one I'm not quite so sure about. Oh, maybe it's to kill the tail. If you had a long decay, I wonder if that's to curtail the tail. No, definitely not. Okay, that one I'm not sure about, but the rest are pretty straightforward and very user-friendly. I'm going to flip on a little bit of a drive here and just see how this plays with it. I will note that I have this running through the effects loop on the PV Valve King 20MH. Clean channel about half, well at 5, bass, middle, and treble straight up at half. Class A, master real low. Here goes nothing. Okay, so that room is not my favorite of the three. I think I like the plate and the hall a lot more. it does seem to play well with drive, distortion, when it's running through the effects loop. I'm going to take that delay down, feedback down, level up, and I'm going to see kind of what I get with that. So with all three on, it's not completely obnoxious, which is one thing I was a little bit afraid of, but it actually does a good job of all of them blending together. Dig it. I really do. That reverb, the one thing I will note about that reverb is it's actually a strong enough reverb that I could see not using that delay circuit a lot. I think I'd use it more for the reverse, which I think gives a really neat ambient effect if you're doing kind of that big, open, washy sound. Interestingly enough, I'm on reverse, but you really can't tell it's reverse when it's down like this, with the feedback a little over quarter, delay at about quarter, and level at half. Because it's such a short time that it's sampling, I think it really just gives you more of a regular delay sound. Turn that delay time up. Really makes a big difference. Overall, it's been a long video, but overall, I think it's actually a really high quality pedal for the price. I think that all the sounds on it are very usable. I haven't done anything that I think is obnoxious or unusable in the right situation, and I think that there's something nice about a multi-effect pedal, that you can set up a couple of sounds that you know you'll use a lot. I could see using this hall reverb and leaving it on there a lot as my clean reverb. Delay, same thing. I could see using the analog delay, putting the feedback a little under half, the delay a little under that, maybe around, I don't know, we'll say 10 o'clock. Makes for kind of a good lead. Then dial back the level as appropriate. Again, I would probably use it for the phaser or the chorus more than the flanger, but that's always been kind of my go-to. So, phaser has actually got a flanger-esque sound to me, but if you turn down that rate and bring up that depth, it gives you kind of almost in the realm of a Boss PH3, I think it's called, when you do the same thing. Rate down, depth up. With the distortion off. And chorus again. I think it gives you a really kind of a deep, almost doubling effect. All in all, I would definitely buy this pedal again, especially for someone who is entry level, just starting out, or someone that maybe wants to condense their pedal board, because as you can see, the width of it is about the width of 2 of the Super Badass distortions, maybe 3, maybe, but I'm going to say a little over 2, and if you turn it sideways, it's actually just barely taller than the Super Badass distortion. I mean, when you compare it to even here's another pedal I have, Line 6 Tone Core. This thing is a beast of a pedal, and it's just a hair over, yeah, it's a little over half the size of the Donner pedal. So for me, I could see this being a good space-saving pedal, especially since those are the 3 most common things I use, is a delay, a reverb, and a chorus on any given song. You might see me flip those on. So for me, that's a win. Compact form factor, and I actually have it running off of a Pedal Power 5 ISO. That's just how I run most of my pedals. But I will say that it came in this box right here, and inside the box it, I think, had an instruction manual that I promptly did not read, but it came with a Donner sticker, it looks like. It came with some kind of a little booklet, but yeah, the power adapter, which is for some people a big deal. For me, again, I choose to run most of my stuff off of a Pedal Power ISO 5, but all in all, I think it's a great value. Would buy it again.